Hey, and welcome to episode 1 of the Tower Progress videos here on September 9th, 2024. We are going to go through the setup that I have and some of the things that I'm intending to do across the next few weeks as I build out the build that I'm currently using. About 3 days ago, I switched to more of a turtle build after reading some views on it. I'll show you here that I started this game back in June, so it's been a few months. 4.86 billion lifetime coins earned. It's pretty low. I've made it in through tier 12 to wave 70. That was actually really recently, and it was only after I did the turtle build that I was able to move past tier 30 into tier 70, which really showed me the value of the health stat over the attack stat at this point in the game. I know that the attack stat will need to be built out as I progress, but for right now I'm focusing more on the health and defense and allowing the attack to catch up later in the game. So today I'm going to go across the build that I currently have. I am playing with a bit of a turtle build right now, which essentially means I'm putting most of my resources into health, and because I'm trying to finish the tier 1 4500 wave completion, I'm also putting money into the defense absolute. On tier 1, my highest wave prior to the turtle build was 3600, and now I'm getting into the 4300, so a couple hundred waves away from getting that milestone of the additional 2% coin bonus. So looking here for the turtle, I did just get rapid fire chance. The reason I did that was because I was getting killed by fast enemies, so I decided to buy the rapid fire chance upgrade and duration to hopefully minimize the damage that fast enemies do to me, because that seemed to be what was killing me later in the stages. You'll see that I put in only a couple hundred into damage. Probably didn't even need to do that, but I thought I would. Critical factor I have up at 110, damage per meter at 102, and basically they just get really expensive, and I don't know if I'm going to buy a ton more at this point. I'm not going to get the bounce shots or anything until I well past the 4500 wave of tier 1 and feel like I can be farming significantly better. On the health end of things, I have already shown, but the health I have just over 700, the absolute defense at 715. I have nothing in health regen so far, but the defense percent is fully upgraded, same with Thorn, Lifesteal, Knockback Chance, Knockback Force, Orb Speed, Orb, Shockwave, and Shockwave Frequency. I don't even know if I needed the Shockwave Frequency, but I got them anyways, and I maxed those out so that when I'm using my utilities, the cash wave, kills bonus, and kills are on gold box, same with the free upgrades and the interest. And essentially, the way this works is that I have just over 50% on my utility or my defense free upgrades. So for these, it means that basically 1 in every 8 waves, I get a defense absolute or a health regen or a health bonus level. And so that's what that does there by giving me a free defense upgrade 53% of the waves. I'm also slowly upping my recovery amount and max recovery and package chances. I noticed that those really help me later on those tier 11, tier 12, just quick runs. By being able to get a bigger recovery amount each time, it allows my health to refill in between the boss attacks, and because of that, I have a better chance of sustaining through a few levels of bosses on the tier 11 at this point. For my ultimate weapons, I have Chain Lightning, Poison Swamp, Golden Tower, and Black Hole. I'm currently saving up to see if I can get the Death Wave next. So I have 79 stones. I need 800. It's going to take a while to get there, but that's definitely the next thing that I'm working on. I did just notice that in the missions tab for the Sands of Time, that I will need to get the Workshop Landmines and Death Defy to be able to have the best chance of getting both the Sphinx, which gives a 5% tower damage, as well as purchasing the themes and this potential relic, which also gives a 5% tower damage. So that could be between the Sphinx and this Space Sundial, a 10% attack damage, which would be great later in the game. My focus, though, is definitely getting the themes as they stack up and can add in some nice bonuses, and then some stones to help me get to that 800 kind of as quickly as possible. So I'm going to go ahead I'll probably respec this after I finish this mission, but I'm going to get the landmines, and I'm going to bring my landmine chance up all the way, and then the landmine damage I'm going to bring up to probably 30. There we go, because then it starts to get quite a bit more expensive. After those, I think it's at 35 is where it really jumps quite a bit. Yeah, you can see that goes up to 185 million for the next 5. So we're going to leave it there. The last 15 are really easy to get in the game. And then the landmine damage is currently at 1.5 times. I'll max that. And then I'm going to do a couple runs today to just see if I can't get as many of the landmine kills workshop mission done. So I did just get my 400 ones, so there's an extra 20 mission ribbons, which is good, getting me a little bit closer to that 700 and to the ones that I need to buy the things in the event shop. So I was looking at my battle logs, and prior to respecking on tier 5 I made 42 million on one of my runs. I think I'm going to try a tier 5 run today, just for fun, kind of let it play through. The highest I've gotten is 1748. Not sure if I'm going to get that high with my current build. The time that I got to this was more with a blender build, much higher attack, but I also had a lot more of the super criticals, the bounce shots, death defy, and such like that. Just going to take a look. I don't even have enough for Death Defy. That's fine. It's such a chancy one to get anyways. And then my labs. I'm going to just open up this lab and go through here. I've been kind of using this Garlic Thorns one to deal with the vampires that happen earlier or in the Wave 1 rounds. And I'm just slowly kind of building out some of my some of the items here. So I think what I'm going to do is start up, let's see here, not too concerned about those. Cash multiplier. I'm going to just get I'm going to go for the cash bonus one at this point, get it up a little bit higher, because especially for those early waves, it's nice to have the higher cash bonus so you can just buy the really cheap upgrades for the least amount before your free upgrades kind of take over. Missions here, we got a couple of missions to hit. Demon mode, kill 50 tanks. Maybe what we'll do is we'll just do a quick tier 12 one to get the demon mode one done. I have wave skip on, and I have intro sprint, so we'll kind of just going to use this as a get the 8 million in daily mission bonus. There we go. I use this intro sprint kind of on this tier just to get me past the first 10 waves. You can see that I was able to make it past wave 10 there. Getting into wave 20, I'll take some damage, and that's okay. Yeah, triggered my second wind, which is kind of what I was expecting. And then at this point, I will run my demon mode starting on wave 28 so that I can just get a decent number of hits on that. The demon mode is nice because for both the mission this time, the Sands of Time, and for the daily missions, I need that. And so here we go, we'll just trigger it. It usually lasts for about 6 rounds, and I'll just use that to get as many kills as I can. And because I don't expect to make it past wave 70, I'll just end this run once the demon mode is done. And there ends the demon run mode, so we will end this round. Go home. Back here. Are we looking? We can get not much there, and then we can do a couple more onto the max recovery. I'm just going to do one into each of those, which is good, keeping them relatively simple at 36 together, and then 43 here. So at that point, we're going to go back to our preset number 5. This is kind of my mid-level coin runs, so I got health, extra defense, I got the coins bonus, the enemy balance just gets you more enemies, which allows you to kill more, which gives you the coin bonus kill more frequently. Fortress for extra defense absolute. Wave accelerators, handy to have just to make it go a little bit faster, but I might take it off for wave 5 because I don't know, there might be some more important things to have. Recovery package is good later, but I don't need it at the beginning. Plasma cannon is nice for dealing as much damage as I can to the bosses. Second wind is good. Critical coin chance, again, just gives me 21% chance of hitting, when I hit an enemy with a critical shot, that they'll give me some additional coins. So I'll take that for now. And extra orbs usually keeps the enemies at bay for a little bit. I think what I'll do is I'll take extra orbs off. I'm going to put on the super tower. I'm going to put on wave skip for right now just to get me some waves. And I'm also going to put on the extra cash. At some point I will take off the wave skip and I'll take off the critical coins and I'll put on the recovery package and berserk, because those ones will be really useful later in the round. So we're going to go to tier 5 here. I'll show you the first few levels of the gameplay and then we'll kind of touch base across the round. So tier 5, we have mission is 50 tanks. That's going to happen. There's nothing that I need to do here. I'm not going to put demon mode on because I'm not confident I'm going to be there right at the end to even use it. But we'll see. You see I still have 20,000. I have to kill 20,000 enemies with demon mode on to be able to get those 20 mission. I will do that later, but that will just kind of be a sit on tier 11 or 12 and just hit that button over and repeat and repeat. Get lots of bosses this time and hopefully get a lot closer to finishing off this 6,000 recovery package. So let's hope we can kill some enemies with workshop landmines and we will begin this battle. I'm going to take auto perks off for now and I'll just I'll manually pick the first couple of perks. Basically what I'm going to do in just spending my coins is because I'm hoping to get past tier 1200, most of these utilities should just automatically upgrade, so I shouldn't need to spend any money on it. So I'll spend my money here, get these last 15 landmine radius. That's going to increase my possibility for killing a landmine. Right now it's doing 843,000. Enemy health is 139, so we'll definitely kill some enemies with the landmine damage. And I'm just going to get a bunch to hurry it up to be completed. Let's see here. We'll do that in a couple. That'll get me over 100 now, which is good. Alright, so now we're sitting at 105 of the current level of 200. Still got a ton of absolute defense here. I don't need to buy any of that because tier 5, the attack scales so much faster than it does in the lower tiers that absolute defense is just going to go up naturally with the utility upgrade. So I'm going to spend my time more focusing on the health and landmine damage to get landmine damage maxed out to 200 so that the majority of the utility upgrades are focused towards health, absolute defense, and health regen, which really doesn't matter a ton at this point in the game for me. It will matter a lot once I have the wall rebuild labs spec'd out and built so that the wall repairs itself based off of a percentage of health gen. But right now it's inconsequential and I don't really need to spend coins on it. Starting out with 61,000 coins per minute. That's obviously not, I would like that to be higher, but the reality is it's either time in the game or spending $40 on the ×3 pack. And I'm not quite there with wanting to spend $40 on this game. I have purchased the disable ads because the ads are super annoying. And about 3 weeks ago, I got the ×2 starter pack. Like I said, I'm just not quite wanting to spend $40 on the epic pack at this point. Maybe I will at some point, but not yet. All right, well, I'm going to let this go here at this point, and we'll come back. Alrighty, we're back here, wave 420. At this point, everything's gold boxed except for the 3 that go into the thousands. Damage, we've up to 467. Health, 1217. We've gotten 72 levels here on the health regen, and defense absolute I haven't touched either. That went from 715 up to 778. So I've been putting all of my earned cash into health, a little bit into attack, just to help a little bit later in this round. I did end up getting a new a phantom counter here, which is great. I'm going to continue to merge those and see if I can't level something up. And then under my missions, very quickly did I get the 750 enemies and the 2500, and now we're working on the 10,000, so that's great. We're over halfway there. I don't think I'll finish that one this run, but I will definitely finish it soon. So we're up to 50 mission ribbons, which is getting third of the way to getting the tower upgrade, or the tower hourglass here, which will give me the 0.4% coin bonus, which is always what I'm going for, is just increasing my economy, getting more coin bonuses to increase the coins per run so that I can purchase more things. I'm debating buying these 20 cards. Cost is going to be 400 gems. The reason I haven't bought it is because I'm saving up to get my 5th lab, which is 3,000 gems, which is definitely a bunch, but once it's there, then I can do 5 labs at once, and it just really increases the speed that you can advance through the game at that point. So that's my priority with gems. I'll play through in my head as to whether or not I'm going to buy at least 20 cards to get the 10 mission points. We'll see. I am hoping that across those 20 cards, I have technically 4 cards left to get, but I haven't unlocked the 4th one yet, or haven't gotten to the correct tier wave to even know that there's a 4th one yet. So I think I have Energy Net, Energy Shield, and Death Ray that I have as potential to get, and I would love to get one of them, because they often come up in the missions that you need. So we will go from there.
Okay, here we are on wave 803. We have been moving along, taking the damage from a couple of things, mainly the Vampire Elite, which is what it is, especially with the amount of fast bullets that I'm shooting. It's just going to slow down the duration it takes to get to the towers to be hit by the thorns. So you're just going to have to take that damage. I've noticed a lot of protectors in tier 5 here, and I'm not sure because the stat says there's only 4% are protectors, but they seem to be coming very frequently and almost always exist when I get my black hole. Thankfully, that black hole is just a little aside from the protector, but the last few black holes have sucked in the protector and protected everything in it. So I haven't gotten my coin bonuses the same way on my black holes as I'm used to. That's all right. We'll get through a few more rounds here for sure, a few more waves. So I have made a card switch. I took out the Fortress card and I put in the extra orbs just because the 1.75 on the defense wasn't as sufficient to me as having just that extra layer of orbs where I have 2 of them spinning to be able to just take down more enemies and limit the number that get to my tower. I still have my wave skip on. I'll probably change that out here for a different card soon, maybe the Berserk card, if I think that I'm getting too much damage. I'll show you my perks quick. So I do have a 64 or 62% reduction in perk wave requirement, so I am getting a lot more perks than I normally would. A little bit of defense perks, defense absolute, just because it wasn't, and the free upgrade chance for all, there was like terrible perk selections there. I did do the minus 50% enemy damage and minus 50% tower damage because I'm not relying on my tower damage to kill enemies. They are killing it, but the orbs and the thorns are doing most of the work. So I also got the +2 orbs, Chain Lightning, and Swamp Radius. Those were just kind of funsies along the way because they were better than the other options at that time. So yeah, still more protectors, lots of protectors in this wave, in this tier by the looks of it. But it is what it is. Seeing my coins per minute peaking over 200 there, that's great. That's where I'd like it to always be, but I do know that that dips sometimes depending on the number of protectors on the screen and other factors. So you'll see I've just been putting money into health or cash into health. We have just 49 left to go on the max recovery amount. That tops up at 132%. And then the max recovery, we're almost halfway through that. Damage has been coming along. We're almost 700 levels into that, which is pretty cool. You just saw that out of that black hole, the protector was able to protect the boss all the way to the tower, but everything died once it hit my tower. So we're still looking good, and I didn't take a huge amount of damage loss there. Once I am noticing that I'm getting regular enemies or pretty significant damage from the bosses, I will put in the recovery package amount and increase that up to my 48%. There we are, wave 825 almost now, and I'll update you. All right, so I missed the end of the round. That's okay. I was busy doing stuff, and the end rounded on wave 990, killed by a basic. If I look at the stats that I had, 2 hours and 10 minutes of real time, I was able to bring in, where does it tell me, 21 million and 21.23 million coins earned across those 2 hours and 10 minutes. That's not terrible. 63 cells, so low on the cells. Black hole damage did a lot. Wave skipped was good. 537 defense upgrades. That's not bad at all. So 21.23 across 2 hours and 10 minutes. I'll log that into my numbers and get a coins per minute. And we'll find out which one the best one is to farm at.